would say that the area for opportunities for non-cancer antibodies is quite broad. At this moment, we have several drugs that are already approved for indications such as rheumatoid arthritis, psoriasis, Crohn's disease, and the like, those kind of inflammatory diseases. But a whole new area that still has a great need for products that can save patients is the area of neurodegeneration. Specifically, diseases such as Alzheimer's disease. Many companies have already tried extensive clinical studies with a beta antibody product. And most of them have failed so far. Just recently we heard that Lilly's antibody for Alzheimer's failed. I think the positive data that we've heard about is from Biogen that has an antibody to a beta that shows promise in a phase 2 clinical trial. But there are other diseases such as Parkinson's disease and Huntington disease that also are really a need for drugs, and antibody drugs are an opportunity there. So I crafted this session that's called Beyond ADCC and CDC, really focused on the biological impact of the Fc receptor engagement, with the idea that we've learned a lot about the importance of the Fc receptor binding when it comes to killing cells using ADCC and CDC, but there are also now other mechanisms that we are learning about where Fc receptor mediated interaction is important for mechanism of action of different type of antibodies. For instance, CD40 antibodies that are agonistic require clustering using their Fc binding to Fc receptors on cells. And this is an important part that we need to understand when we're talking about drugs that can target the immuno-oncology field. So also what we have learned that the mechanism of action of certain antibodies could be driven not only by the binding to the antigen. For instance, anti-TNF antibodies, we know block and neutralize TNF. But what we now also understand better, that the Fc receptor interaction of an antibody to TNF is actually important for its ability to be efficacious in Crohn's disease. And this could be the reason why other TNF inhibitors such as etanercept are actually not approved for Crohn's disease, even though they're very effective in rheumatoid arthritis and other inflammatory diseases. So to understand really how the Fc receptor interaction contributes to the mechanism of action of different antibodies will be crucial. We also will learn from some talks by argenx talking about an antibody that is actually an antibody fragment that engages Fc receptor that will then enhance clearance of pathogenic antibodies that are overexpressed in disease such as lupus. So there are many opportunities for using antibodies, thinking about how Fc receptor interactions are contributing, and we're learning about that in this session.